Abhishek sir, you are muted, I think.
Yes, sir. Just a minute. We can start within 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I think we can start. So, a very good afternoon to one and all. I, Abhishek Singh Verma, take this opportunity to welcome you all on this sixth technical session of fourth 1 week International Faculty Development Program on recent advances in computer science and allied domains 2022. I hope you have enjoyed the sessions delivered so far. Today we have with us Dr. Rutvij H. Jhaveri from Pandit Deendayal Energy University, Gujarat. Dr. Jhaveri is an experienced researcher working in the Department of Computer Science Engineering, Pandit Deendayal Energy University, Gandhinagar, India since December 2019. He conducted his postdoc at Delta NTU Corporate Lab for Cyber Physical Systems from Singapore. He completed his PhD in 2016, master's in 2012 and bachelor's in 2002. Apart from various academic assignments, he took the responsibility as head of department of IT department for 5 years. In 2017, he was awarded with prestigious pedagogical innovation award by Gujarat Technological University. Currently, he is co-investigating a funded project from Gujarat Council on Science and Technology. He was ranked among top 2% scientists around the world in 2021. He has 2000 plus Google Scholar citations with H-index 22. Apart from serving as an editor and guest editor in various journals of repute, he also served as a reviewer in several international journals and as a program committee member and reviewer in renowned international conferences. He authored more than 100 articles published by prominent publishing houses. Apart from senior member of IEEE, he is having membership of various technical bodies such as ACM, CSI, IST, and many more. Now, with these words, may I now request Dr. Jhaveri to take over and address the gathering.
Thank you so much, Abhishek sir, for a wonderful address to me. Today, my talk is about the fundamentals of academic research. I am very much interested in this topic because, in India, as they say in the research community, that India is far behind in academic research, and which is very much true. That's why I would like to give some insights on the topic, because many of the PhD scholars and maybe some faculty members also around India, we lack the basics of academic research, and we have to accept the fact. So let's start this talk. So as Abhishek sir told that I have conducted my postdoc from NTU Singapore in 2018-19, and I have 100 plus publications, among which 3 are in IEEE transactions, 1 in communication letters, 1 in IEEE JBHI, 2 in IEEE Access, and 30 plus SCI papers I have. Apart from that, I have 3 Australian patents and 2 copyrights. I am editor in Journal of Healthcare Engineering, Security and Communication Networks, and Mobile Information Systems of Hindawi, and IJWIN of Springer. I'm serving as a research advisory board member in Symbiosis Institute of Digital and Telecom Management. So if you guys don't mind, I would like to give you one quiz which we will assess later if we are provided some time. So can I give you one quiz of 5 minutes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'm just pasting it in the chat box.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not too much familiar with Zoom, but okay. May know. There you go. This is the chat box. Okay. Finally. Yeah. So I have set the link in the chat box. I would like everyone to participate in this quiz and we can discuss it later on. I hope that you can see the link.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We can take around 2-3 minutes and then we can go ahead. Okay, I guess everybody has completed the quiz. So we can move ahead. So outline of this talk is why we write and publish. What is the need to write and publish? How to determine a research topic? What should be the structure of a paper? Now there are two types of papers. We know one is a research scientific paper and other is review paper. So the structure of both are quite different. How should you write a paper? What should be the language and style of the paper? what an editor looks for in your paper, which are the tools which can add quality to the representation of the paper, how we can avoid plagiarism, how to identify a journal and conference, how to increase your citations and H index. Now we know that when we go anywhere for interview or some other talk, they people ask about citations and H index. So this is very much important for academic researcher to increase their citations and H index. We can also participate in project, patent, as well as copyright. Paper is not the only thing that we should focus on. How to build your network and other important skills. So let's start why we should write and publish. Can anyone answer this? I want participation from the audience. If anyone can tell me why we should write and publish. Anyone would like to answer?
Sir, audience are muted. Okay. So they cannot unmute themselves, so they can write their queries in the chat window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Contribute to research community, as Dr. Nitin says, right, sir? For advancement of knowledge, absolutely. Knowledge for research community. To share knowledge, absolutely. Shruti says sharing their research and experiments. Okay. Anybody? Okay, so let's resume. Yes, add novelty to the existing solution. Absolutely right, sir. So there are particularly 3 reasons why people write and publish. First is the strong desire to contribute to the advancement of their field, right? Publication is usually the most straightforward way to make such a contribution. Second thing, publishing can also bring substantial benefits to an author, maybe in career advancement as the professors, or we may move from assistant to associate, or maybe level 10 to 11, right? Or talking about research scientists, they may get promotion to senior scientists or senior researchers, right? So it helps in career advancements. Also, there are direct or indirect monetary rewards. Many institutes, I am not sure about your or my institute, but there are many institutes, including IIM, IIT, they provide the monetary rewards for publication. So this is one of the motivations. Another motivation is it can be the mandatory requirement as a part of graduation course or master's or PhD program. Now, how to determine a research topic? So first, we should brainstorm some research topics of interest. अगर हमारा इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है वो टॉपिक में, और आप ऐसा सोच रहे हो कि सुपरवाइजर का इंटरेस्ट है इस टॉपिक में, तो आप वो रिसर्च डायरेक्शन में मत जाना. You can change the supervisor, but don't change your interest. Okay. Then select a good topic. What to do after that? We should read the background. Background कहाँ से read करेंगे? There are number of books available, either online, offline, and we have also Google Scholar, where there are numerous research articles. So read the background from that. and then you can get super specific. For example, if you have selected a topic on, you are interested in the topic of artificial intelligence, right? So you should read about the background of artificial intelligence, and then you can get super specific. Maybe right now what is trending is explainable AI, right? You guys might know it, explainable AI. Now this is super specific, and in that also we can get more specific by uh, selecting a topic such as explainable AI for network security. Now this is super specific topic. So you have to go to a topic which is specific for a research. Then we can define the topic as a research question. For example, how we can provide network security with explainable AI. This is the research question we should define. And then in-depth research of the topic. We have to go in the depth. How? With Google Scholar articles related to our topic, which are state of the art. May I know what is the general structure of a research paper? General structure, you can have a different structure, but what should be the general structure of a research paper? Can anybody write what should be first? I'm checking the chat box as you are not allowed to get unmuted. Introduction, motivation. Introduction, as Naya said. Okay. Abstract. Porek is absolutely right. Abstract, right? So abstract should be the first part of your research paper. Now, as many people, they do not write abstract solidly. Abstract and conclusion are very important part along with introduction. If a reviewer like me, if he checks the paper for review, first he will read the abstract, second he will read the conclusion, and third he will go through the introduction. Then he can go to the main part, that is proposed approach, right? So abstract is very important. It must be strong, it must be brief, around 200 to 50 words. You know, many IEEE transactions, they do not allow more than 150 words. So it should be brief. There must be precise problem statement described in the abstract. We are going into deep of a research paper right now, and we are right now just talking about abstract, the 200 words. So the problem statement must be precisely described. Along with that, there must be one or two statements about your research method and design and novelty about your research method. Apart from that, what are the major findings of your research? That also must be included. And there will be one or two lines about conclusions you reached. So this is the structure of an abstract. Okay. Okay. After abstract, we'll go to keywords. ओके एब्स्ट्रैक्ट के बाद जनरली क्या होता है कीवर्ड्स आई एम सर हाउ टू मिनिमाइज दिस ओके सर आई गॉट इट okay so keywords are vital. It is essential for filtering the overwhelming amount of resources available on the internet, right? Keywords हम क्यों use करते हैं? It is very essential for filtering a big data available on the internet. Now the keywords must be balanced. For example, you cannot write too many single words such as IoT, right? Such as AI. You cannot write too many single words. Also, you cannot write too many words in a keyword. So you should avoid too many single words and you should avoid too many words. For example, you cannot write explainable AI for cyber security, right? This is too longer. Or you cannot write only explainable AI. Yes, one word is okay, but generally what you can write is explainable AI, then semicolon, network security. So there are two words here, right? Then you can specify the method that you have used in your proposed work, such as Dijkstra's algorithm, which you have used in your methodology, that you can specify, and other keywords. But remember that avoid too many single words and avoid too many words, which may over filter your article. You should include the key method, as I told. Then you should complement the main topic. Now, this is one of the mistakes done by most of the researchers, including me. आपका जो कीवर्ड होगा, that should not overlap your title. For example, if your title is fault resilience for bandwidth management in industrial software defined networks, this is your title. So what you should include in your keywords? You should not include again fault resilience or bandwidth management or software defined networks. You should not. Okay, better to write different words which complement the topic. For example, contract based methodology, which we have used in this paper. Fault tolerance, which is a different alternative word for fault resilience. Instead of software defined networks, I'll write here SDN, as I have written that avoid too many single words, but sometimes it's necessary to write a word like SDN, which is a keyword here. Then we can write industry 4.0 because we are talking about industrial software defined networks. So this is how we can complement the main topic. We should not overlap the keywords of your title. So don't duplicate the words which are written in the title. Next is introduction. And introduction generally we can divide in 6 paragraphs. First, we should introduce the problem thoroughly. Second is about discussing the existing solution state of the art very briefly. And third is about identifying the gaps in those existing solutions. These are first 3 paragraphs. In the 4th paragraph, you can discuss the methodology to address those identified gaps. In the 5th one, you can list out your major contributions of your work. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can list the major contributions of your work. And last one is the organization of paper. That in section 2, literature review is described. In section 3, proposed methodologies described, and blah, blah, blah. So this is how introduction should be written. However, your structure may differ. I am talking about general structure of a research paper. Then comes related work. And when it comes to related work, we should remember that we should here cite the maximum amount of quality papers as state of the art. Okay. Again, one question. What do you mean by quality papers? Can anybody answer in chat box, please? Here in related work, we will refer the state of the art, that is recent quality papers only. Now, what is your perspective about quality papers? Papers from high impact factor Journals. Okay. Authentic work. Shruti. Okay. Anybody? Last 3 years papers from top conferences. Nitin sir, you are absolutely right. But again, the question comes how you will identify top conferences. So, okay, it has been good response. Usefulness, papers that properly justify the obtained results, right? First of all, the state of the art should be related to your topic only, right? It should be related to your topic. That is the first thing. Now, talking about quality papers, what I mean by quality papers is, as Nitin sir said, that quality papers from the top conferences. Now, can anybody tell me which are the top conferences in your area? Are you guys from computer science? Dr. Gaurav says that SCI and Scopus Index journals of your domain. Now, there are many SCI and Scopus Index journals which are of average or below average quality. Okay, Nitin sir, KDD, yes, it's one of the top conferences, right? Then in security area, if you are in computer science or ICT, in security area, there is one conference called SNP. There are other conferences such as Globecom, Mobicom, ICC. These are some of the top conferences. Okay, so yes, you can identify those top conferences and choose the papers from them which are related. Second thing, if you are choosing a journal, then we should not directly jump to SCI journals or Scopus. Scopus in India, you know, Scopus is very much, I mean, it is overvalued, this index in services. Yes, Scopus is having some standard. Above Scopus, we can consider SCI, but again, there are some journals which may lose the SCI indexing in next few years because of low quality. So we should go for journals such as IEEE transactions, okay, IEEE system journals, or most of the IEEE journals are top quality journals. I'm not talking about IEEE conferences, okay. I'm talking about IEEE journals. Most of them are top quality journals. There are other publishers such as elsewhere. They are having some top quality journals, right? Spinger and Wiley and others. ACM journals are really good. So after IEEE, we can consider ACM journals, right? So we should only cite those papers. Those are the quality papers. तो अगर हमने quality paper cite किए तो editor will look at the references. Which kind of references are there? Whether they are quality references or not. अगर quality references use नहीं किए, बहुत बढ़िया paper बना है तो भी reject हो सकता है, as we know, right? So citations again are very important in the related work. Now, what we should do for each of these paper, so we should identify the benefits of this paper or of this work. Also, we should identify the limitations of each of this work. So you can refer maybe around depending upon the page length that you are allowed, you can refer around 10 to 15 papers in the related work which are of top quality. And in the last paragraph that most of the people do not write, what I expect as an editor or reviewer is how you are going to overcome the limitations of the existing work. That's what I expect as the last paragraph. Maybe if you have some more pages, then you can create a table of summary. Generally in IEEE transactions, they give us around 8 to 9 pages, not more than that. So in that we cannot provide a table of summary, but most of the other journals, they provide some page length 12 to 18 pages. So in those kind of journals, you can create a table of summary. We can here summarize each and every paper and mention the methodology, their advantages and their limitations as a summary. After related work, we will go for our section which is called proposed scheme. तो यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे? We are going to propose our scheme here. So first, in the first paragraph, what you will do is you will outline the novelty. What is the novelty in your paper? अगर आपने आगे जो papers refer किए उससे आप में क्या बेहतर है? What is the novelty in this paper? So outline the novelty for addressing the identified gaps in the section 2. This is how two sections are connected. Okay. Then research approach with research methods that we will describe thoroughly. Research approach with research methods. Then we will create a self-explanatory diagram such as sequence diagram or block diagram, maybe one or two different diagrams or flow diagram. Also algorithm, okay? But diagram and algorithms, these are very important part of the section 3 proposed scheme. How many of you think that mathematics is must in a research paper? How many of you think that mathematics is must in a research paper? So Nitin sir says that yes, it adds value to the paper. Mosmi also says yes. Korek also says yes. Sabas also agrees that we require mathematics. But my question is, what if my work doesn't require any mathematics? We cannot add mathematics forcefully in the paper. Remember that. People say that in IEEE transactions, there must be mathematics. I have published 2 papers in transactions without much of the mathematics. So it is a wrong belief. If my approach is suppose non-cryptographic approach, I don't require mathematics there, but it depends upon the area. As Miss Rama says, it depends upon the research area that you are conducting research in, right? So it is not mandatory. If you do not require mathematics and if you are forcefully inserting the contents such as maybe what is precision, तो आप precision का formula लिखेंगे, that is of no use. In fact, it will decrease the value of your paper in such cases, right? So yes, in most of the cases, mathematics adds value, but there are some cases where it is not required. The next section should be result and analysis. Now, if you are writing a good paper, remember that you must compare your work with an existing work, existing recent work. अगर आपका पेपर एग्जिस्टिंग वर्क के साथ कंपेयर नहीं किया है, then it won't get accepted in some good journals. Remember this. So and also in IEEE or ACM transactions, they usually prefer real world results such as hardware results. आपने simulator से तो already कर दिया है, result बता दिया आपने, right? But they also expect real world hardware results also. It will definitely increase the chances of getting acceptance. So yes, combine simulation works with real world work. Okay, apart from that, the graphs should be of good quality. Now, how to add quality to the graph, we'll discuss later. Again, most of the researchers, they just describe that our end-to-end delay, for example, decreases by 0.5 millisecond. Now, this is not analysis of your result. The reviewer can see in your research paper, yes, the end-to-end delay gets decreased. But here the question is how it gets decreased. You have to analyze your result. Analyze. Okay, summarize नहीं करना है यहाँ पे. You have to analyze your results in detail in this portion, results and analysis, right? So after this most valuable section, we will go to the conclusion and future work. Again, one mistake done by most of the researcher, they do not write conclusions, they just write the summary of the work. No, we have already summarized our work in abstract. In the conclusions, we should conclude the paper. आपने जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंट, जो भी वर्क किया है, उसके ऊपर से आप क्या कंक्लूड करते हो, right? That is called conclusion. Here you should also describe the limitations of your work. जनरली हम नहीं दिखाते कि अगर लिमिटेशंस दिखा दिए वर्क के तो एडिटर रिजेक्ट कर देगा. नो, it will add to the value of your work. So describe the limitations of your proposed work here. And finally, add 1 or 2 lines about the future scope, right? Future directions are also critical. What after that? Acknowledgements, if required, short and sweet, maybe 2-3 lines. Acknowledge the project or funders, acknowledge the organization where the research is conducted, and acknowledge other parties who have helped you. Finally, references. So put only right references, quality references as per the journal style. Are we missing something? Anybody? I'm opening my chat box again. Are we missing anything? Conflict of interest. Yes, we can add it. In some journals, it's mandatory. Anybody else? So looks like nothing is missing. Availability of data set for public use, we can also mention that optionally. So we are missing is title of the paper, isn't it? आपका पेपर का टाइटल तो अभी हमने डिसाइड ही नहीं किया है. हमने एब्स्ट्रैक्ट से लेके रेफरेंसेस तक सब डिस्क्राइब कर दिया, लेकिन टाइटल, what I generally do is I write the title of the paper after completing my paper. Okay, before that you can write tentative title, but the final title will come only after completing your work, right? So title is as important as abstract and conclusion. All right then. So this was all about the research paper. Now what about review paper? What should be the general structure of a review paper? Remember that review papers will fetch you more number of citations. And for that, we need to select a timely topic. I am a computer science guy, I'll choose a timely topic. Right now, which are the trending topics? Can we have some topics in the chat box? For example, XAI, explainable AI is one of the trending topics. Any computer science or any other branch, please describe your trending topics in your field. Cyber security using ML. Well, this topic, you can see lots of papers in last few years. Privacy issues in IoT, again, it's not a timely topic. Data science, again, not a timely topic, I would say. Medical image processing using ML DLO, yes, you can say that. It's not a timely topic, but yes, adversarial ML, yes, we can say that it's a timely topic. But in last few years, there are some papers on that. Have you heard about metaverse? So I have given one keyword, for example, XAI, right? There is another trending topic called metaverse, right? So you can choose a topic such as metaverse for cyber security. Now this is a timely topic, and if you are writing this kind of quality paper and publish in some IEEE journal, I guarantee you that, yes, sentiment analysis, I guarantee you that you will fetch a number of citations, right? Biometric security, Ankita, is a very much older topic. But yes, you can combine some explainable AI with biometric security, then it becomes a timely topic, right? So you should select a timely topic for a review paper to fetch more citations. Generally हम review paper इसीलिए लिखते हैं कि अच्छे citations मिले. What about the keywords, right? Keywords कैसे होने चाहिए? हमने already discuss कर दिया है. It should not overlap with the title. It should complement the title. Then introduction. Then we will discuss the state of the art. What new we can write in review paper is applications. Okay, for example, मैं XAI का use कर रहा हूँ title में, explainable AI. So applications में यहाँ पे describe करूँगा motivation for the application. For example, explainable AI for smart manufacturing. तो स्मार्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है, उसमें क्यों एक्सप्लेनेबल एआई चाहिए, उसका मोटिवेशन. देन हाउ द टेक्नोलॉजी, हाउ XAI कैन हेल्प फॉर स्मार्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, एंड देन वी विल समराइज द एप्लीकेशन फ्रॉम डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स. तो ऐसी बहुत सारी एप्लीकेशंस हम एक सेक्शन में लिख सकते हैं. स्मार्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, स्मार्ट हेल्थ केयर, smart farming, right? So we should write these three things. First, motivation, how this technology can help in the application, and then how and then we can summarize the application from different aspects. For example, explainable AI for security, or for decreasing the computation power or reducing latency in smart manufacturing. So these are some of the aspects that we can focus on. Next, we can write ongoing projects about this topic. For example, explainable AI पे कौन-कौन से projects अभी ongoing है in this world. Also, which are the real world implementations or framework for this explainable AI. So we can describe this in this section. So these two sections are very important one, but the most important section is this one: challenges, open issues and future directions. अगर मैं आपका पेपर रिव्यू कर रहा हूं तो मैं ये सेक्शन पहले देखूंगा, challenges, open issues and future directions. After abstract and conclusion, I'll focus on challenges, open issues and future direction. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे आप खुद कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हो, आप खुद की सोच यहाँ पे लगा रहे हो. बाकी सब में आपने स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट है या एप्लीकेशन है या इंट्रोडक्शन है, यहाँ पे आपने कहीं लिटरेचर में पढ़ा है इसलिए आप यहाँ पे लिख रहे हो. लेकिन चैलेंजेस, ओपन इश्यूज एंड फ्यूचर डायरेक्शंस ये आपका खुद का सेक्शन है. तो यहाँ पे आप बहुत कुछ लिख सकते हो जो फ्यूचर रिसर्च में काम आएगा. So that's why I consider this topic in the review paper one of the most important parts. And finally, we will conclude the paper. Remember that tables and figures are vital in review paper. And for that, you must use some drawing tools. Okay. Okay. What about the page length for a review paper? आपके पास ऐसा कुछ क्राइटेरिया कि इतनी पेज लेंथ होनी चाहिए, इतनी होनी चाहिए? तो ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. लोग बोलते हैं कि रिव्यू पेपर में 40 पेज होने चाहिए या 50 पेज होने चाहिए. बहुत सारे रिव्यू पेपर्स ऐसे भी है जो 50 प्लस पेजेस के भी है और ऐसे भी रिव्यू पेपर्स है 10 पेजेस के भी है. तो ऐसा कोई पेज लेंथ का क्राइटेरिया नहीं है. तो आप पेज इंक्रीज करने के लिए अगर पेपर लिख रहे हो ना, तो क्वालिटी जर्नल में नहीं पब्लिश होगा. आप सिर्फ कंटेंट्स पे फोकस करो. जस्ट राइट द यूजफुल कंटेंट्स एंड सी द मैजिक. Okay, let me give one example of our review paper which is submitted in CUSR right now. So this is in archive preprint. As you can see that it's of 33 pages. Can you see this? Can you see this paper, sir? I hope that you are able to see. Okay. So this is our topic: XAI for cyber security, state of the art, challenges, open issues, and future directions. Right? This is our paper. It is submitted in one of the top quality journals. Let's see, we hope for the best, but it's a good paper that we have written and chosen a timely topic. Why we have chosen the timely topic? To get good citations, right? So after abstract, you can see that we have written the CCS concepts as they require in ACM, then introduction, then here we have written the list of key acronyms. Okay, I'm just going through the paper. Then how AI can help in cybersecurity in introduction, limitations of AI that necessitates the XAI in cybersecurity, why we require XAI. Then you should put some figures, और ऐसी फिगर्स रखनी चाहिए जो कुछ जिसका कुछ मतलब है. अगर उसका कुछ मतलब ही नहीं है वैसी भी फिगर्स हमको नहीं डालना है. सो एआई थ्रेट लैंडस्केप की ये फिगर है एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए. देन हाउ XAI कैन हेल्प इन सॉल्विंग दिस साइबर सिक्योरिटी issues. Then this is figure 2, recent number of works on XAI as per Google Scholar statistics. So we have added this. It will create some value to the paper, and we are now summarizing the contributions here of our paper. Okay, this is another figure, AI and XAI users perspective. Going through that, background and motivation is added. you can have different structure for review paper, but what I have shown is a general structure. Some cyber attacks are described in current threat landscape, zero-day exploit, poisoning attacks, and detailed discussion on XAI. XAI frameworks are described here, SHARE, LIME, and others. Then applications of XAI in cybersecurity for different industry verticals. Okay, so XAI for cybersecurity in smart healthcare, smart banking, smart agriculture, industry 4.0, smart cities, smart governance. And as you can see that in each and every section, you can see motivation, requirements, and how XAI can help in each and every subsection. Then XAI for cybersecurity in 5G and beyond technologies. After that, we have described the research projects, which are ongoing research projects in current, in the world, future cloud, spatial, and there are many other projects. As I told that this is our section number 5. Most important section, lessons learned, challenges, open issues, and future directions. So you can write your own perspective here in this section, and finally we will conclude the paper with future directions. Okay, तो इसमें कितने references है? Maybe around 111. Okay, जरूरी नहीं है, आप 50 रेफरेंसेस से भी कर सकते हो. ऐसे 300 रेफरेंसेस वाले पेपर्स भी मैंने देखे, लेकिन सॉलिड कंटेंट्स होने चाहिए. Okay, so let's move ahead then. So this is the general structure of a review paper. Now what about the language and style? So you must have uniformity of writing style. The writing style should be uniform. तो हम जनरली, आपने देखा होगा ये पेपर XAI वाले में 10 ऑथर्स है, we are 10. Generally in review papers the number of authors are more. तो 10 ऑथर्स है, तो हमने 10 ने अलग अलग पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया है, राइट. टॉप सब सेक्शन, एक सेक्शन कोई लिखेगा एब्स्ट्रैक्ट, कंक्लूजन दूसरा लिखेगा. तो एक लीडर होगा जो लास्ट में पूरे कंटेंट्स को नॉर्मलाइज करेगा अपने वर्ड्स में. That's why uniformity of writing style is important, otherwise paper won't look good. Then we should avoid ambiguous, imprecise, or vague words such as various or some, right? Instead of some, you can write some other alternative words. Also, you can avoid the use of wordy expressions such as despite the fact that. इतना लंबा लिखोगे, better है आप लिखो although, right? So avoid such lengthy expressions. Then we should limit the use of abbreviations. Limit में लिखने हैं. Avoid contractions such as doesn't, haven't, can't. Instead we can write does not, have not, cannot. We can write those words. Develop a paragraph in a systematic way. पैराग्राफ जब लिखो तो एक स्टेटमेंट दूसरे स्टेटमेंट से लिंक होना चाहिए, दूसरा स्टेटमेंट तीसरे स्टेटमेंट से लिंक होना चाहिए. सो वी शुड डेवलप अ पैराग्राफ. यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं लिखा है राइट अ पैराग्राफ. डेवलप अ पैराग्राफ इन अ सिस्टमैटिक वे. बी कंसिस्टेंट इन द टेंस थ्रू आउट. जनरली हम देखते हैं बहुत सारे पेपर में कहीं पे सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस है, कहीं पे परफेक्ट प्रेजेंट टेंस है. नो, वी शुड राइट a consistent tense in the paper. Maybe it's simple present or perfect present, वो आपके ऊपर. Include transitions between paragraphs and transitions between sections. हम कोई मूवी देख रहे हैं और अचानक बीच में कोई सॉन्ग आ जाए जिसका कोई रिलेशन नहीं है तो कैसा लगेगा. सिमिलरली एक पैराग्राफ दूसरा पैराग्राफ दोनों एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड होने चाहिए, और सिमिलरली one section should be connected with the previous section. Okay, so we must include transitions between paragraphs and sections and link sentences within the paragraph. We should also avoid complex sentence structures. अगर आप बहुत लंबा स्टेटमेंट और कॉम्प्लेक्स लिख रहे हो, आप किसके लिए लिख रहे हो? रिसर्चर्स के लिए. अगर वो अच्छी तरह से उसको समझ नहीं आएगा तो क्या होगा? So better you can write those long statements or complex statements in you can divide them in smaller parts. ठीक है, एक पूरा स्टेटमेंट है उसको 2 या 3 स्टेटमेंट्स में आप कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो, लेकिन वो रीडेबल होना चाहिए. एंड वी कैन एलिमिनेट रिडंडेंसीज. एक बार एक चीज हमने लिख दी है, अभी दूसरी बार आप उसको अलग तरीके से लिखोगे, दैट विल डिक्रीज द वैल्यू ऑफ योर पेपर. Talking about editor now, what he looks for in your paper. So first he will check the scope of the paper. अगर स्कोप में नहीं है तो डायरेक्टली वो डेस्क रिजेक्ट कर देगा. So whether the paper is in the scope of the journal, if yes, he will move ahead. Then he will check the quality of work. So quality of science experiments, quality of results, quality of analysis, quality of presentation, figures, tables, equations, language, style, ये सब देखेगा. और मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली वो देखेगा नोवेल्टी देखेगा, राइट? So novelty to the body of the knowledge. There must be some new theory, new design, new model, new method, new data, new analysis that he will look for. And finally, he will check the significance. How many people will read this paper and put the conveyed knowledge to use. So these are the 4 things: scope, quality, novelty, and significance, which editor looks for. Now, how to add quality to our representation? ऐसे बहुत सारे पेपर्स मैंने देखे जो अच्छी तरह से लिखे हुए हैं लेकिन पुअर फिगर्स है, राइट? तो which are the tools which we can use? या तो कहीं में लैंग्वेज का प्रॉब्लम है, तो सबसे पहले तो फॉर्मेशन के लिए मैं आपको सजेस्ट करूंगा, यू मस्ट यूज लेटेक. इट इज कॉल्ड लेटेक, नॉट लेटेक्स. लेटेक, you should use LaTeX tool, and in that also I will ask you to use overleaf. I hope that you have heard about overleaf. So it's online LaTeX editor for collaborative project. Why we should use LaTeX? So you can, जिसने यूज किया है वो क्लियरली पता होगा उनको कि क्या डिफरेंस है लेटेक और वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट से, राइट? टेक्स्ट इन लेटेक डॉक्यूमेंट्स लुक्स मोर रिफाइंड, पॉलिश्ड ड्यू टू iterative typesetting algorithms to determine the optimal layout of text and floating elements. आपने देखा होगा अगर यूज किया तो लेटेक में एलिमेंट्स फ्लोटिंग होते हैं, टेबल्स, फिगर्स, तो अपनी जगह खुद एडजस्ट हो जाते हैं. वर्ड में अगर आपको टेबल कहीं पे आपने रखा है उसमें नहीं आता है तो वो नीचे के पेज पे चला जाएगा और उतनी स्पेस छूट जाएगी. सो ऑल्सो एज आई टोल्ड, रिफाइंड और पॉलिश टेक्स्ट होती है लेटेक में, जो बहुत क्रूशियल है. सेकंड, इट्स फ्री एंड वर्क्स ऑन ऑल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स. थर्ड, ease of typesetting for complex mathematical formulas. तो अगर वर्ड में कुछ फॉर्मूला आपको कॉम्प्लेक्स लग रहे हैं लिखना, आप ट्राई करना लेटेक में. और बिब्लियोग्राफी, रेफरेंसेस ऑटोमेटिकली जनरेट होते हैं, नंबरिंग ऑफ फिगर्स, नंबरिंग ऑफ सेक्शंस, सब सेक्शंस ऑटोमेटिक जनरेट होते हैं. So I would definitely recommend from now onwards to use overleaf. Okay, so you can check the difference between these two. ये जो है वो वर्ड में लिखा हुआ है, ये जो लेटेक में लिखा है. यहाँ पे मैं इसको जूम करूँ तो ही पता चलेगा, तो आप चेक कर सकते हैं. तो यहाँ पे बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है लेटेक और वर्ड में. सिमिलरली यहाँ पे आप टेबल भी देख सकते हो. दिस इज इन वर्ड टेबल एंड फिगर्स. दिस tables and figures are in latex. You can see the clear difference between these two. सेम ही है, दोनों सेम ही है. फिगर्स दोनों टेबल भी सेम है. आप देख सकते हो क्या डिफरेंस है, कौन सी अच्छी लग रही है. ऑब्वियसली लेटेक में आपको आउटपुट बहुत बढ़िया मिलेगा. सो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट टूल दैट यू शुड यूज इज लेटेक. टॉकिंग अबाउट अदर टूल्स फॉर ड्राइंग. ड्राइंग में हम जो यूज करते हैं रिव्यू पेपर्स में, जनरली हम फिगर्स में अच्छी क्वालिटी के फिगर्स होने चाहिए, राइट, 300 DPI और मोर. और उसके लिए हम कौन कौन से टूल यूज करते हैं, तो एक है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट विजियो. दिस इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट टूल्स अवेलेबल. सेकंड वी यूज इज draw.io which is free of cost available online. थर्ड, ग्राफ्स के लिए हम जनरली यूज करते हैं origin. Okay, I won't recommend crack, but you can find out origin from somewhere. It's one of the best tools for drawing graphs. So editor looks for 300 plus DPI figures in your paper. So use these tools for drawing and you will find the quality of your paper improving. तो पहला लेटेक, दूसरे ये drawing tools. Then we can use Grammarly. Okay, why Grammarly? For comprehensive writing. It's a writing assistant, right? If you are having plugin of Grammarly in Word, you can check, or it gives us a real-time feedback. Grammarly, it checks grammar, spelling and punctuation. It uses artificial intelligence for identifying and searching for an appropriate replacement for your spelling error or maybe your sentence formation error. It greatly enhances the readability of the work. So Grammarly is again one of the tools that you should use before submitting your work, so that ऐसा नहीं लगे editor को कि इसका grammar poor है. So you can check that when we run Grammarly, we found that there are 73 suggestions in our paper. So these are some of the suggestions. You can either accept or go through one by one. Also, Grammarly is asking us to correct the spellings at certain places in the paper. It gives us overall score. Here you can see 66 is the overall score given. Correctness, you can see that there are 304 alerts in the paper and you must go through all the alerts. And clarity of text, you can say that here in this paper it's mostly clear. So it's a wonderful tool to use. And it can also give us plagiarism report, but for plagiarism I would recommend another tool called Turnitin, right? Now, what is plagiarism? As per wiki, plagiarism is the representation of another author's language, thoughts, ideas or expressions as one's own original work. हम claim कर रहे हैं कि ये दूसरे का work नहीं है, मेरा ही है. So that is plagiarism, and it is considered a violation of academic integrity and a breach of journalistic ethics. And believe me, many people have lost their jobs due to plagiarism issues and they have been blacklisted. So one of the serious issues in publishing is plagiarism. So how to counter those kind of issues? First, never copy phrases, never copy figures, never copy tables, never copy a statement from another paper or another source. Second, clearly understand the idea of the source. Idea आप समझ लो कि ये पेपर में ये लिखा है, and then you can write that idea in your own words and own style. और खुद के वर्ड्स में लिखने के बावजूद, even though you write it in your own words, you have to cite that source, right? पहले तो समझ लो उसको, फिर अपने वर्ड्स में लिखो और उसको साइड भी करो वो वर्क को, तो आप प्लेगियरिज्म का शिकार नहीं होगे. एंड हाउ टू चेक? आई थिंक every university now has Turnitin. So it empowers researchers to do original work. Why? Because it has state-of-the-art AI algorithms. It addresses the integrity by checking even sophisticated potential misconduct. तो अगर आपने कहीं पे डालना है, सबमिशन करना है, तो पहले तो ग्रामरली रन करो और उसके बाद टर्निटिन रन करो. ठीक है. तो अगर कुछ भी इसको लग रहा है ना, टर्निटिन को कुछ मिसकंडक्ट हो रहा है, तो वो आपको तुरंत वार्निंग दे देगा. It improves the writing skill by providing instant feedback where we write, and it generates similarity reports जो हमको exactly चाहिए to ensure the revisions prior to final submission. So as you can see that this is the paper where the Grammarly has generated a similarity report, like your paper is having 8% similarity index. तो 8% कहाँ से कौन से सोर्स में उसको दिख रहे हैं? तो archive.org से है और बहुत सारे अदर पेपर्स है. लेकिन ये जो 2% है ना, दैट इज नॉट गुड. हर एक सोर्स में से लेस देन 1% है तो चलेगा, लेकिन कुछ सोर्स में से ज्यादा ले लिए है हमने कंटेंट्स, सो इट्स नॉट गुड. सो ट्राई टू रिड्यूस द प्लेगियरिज्म टू लेस देन 15% overall, and from each source the plagiarism should not be more than 1%. That's what I recommend. Just a minute. Now, how to identify a journal? Journal को कैसे identify करेंगे? So, we will identify a journal by checking its scope. Second, indexing. As I told that generally हम prefer करते हैं SCI, Scopus, उसके बाद DBLP, Inspect, बहुत सारे indexing services है. So yes, SCI is one of the topmost indexing services. So we'll prefer SCI, and then we will go for the impact factor, as Nitin sir said, right? What is impact factor? It measures the importance of a journal by calculating the frequency with which the average article in a paper has been cited in a particular year. Now, there are many journals in which you can see that impact factor is mentioned 3 point something, but there are many journals which mention fake impact factor, right? So don't go for that. How will you check whether impact factor आप जो देख रहे हैं वो करेक्ट है कि नहीं? कोई बता सकता है? Sorry, Sabas, I missed. Sir, please share the link of the manuscript of the XAI paper, right? Sabas. Yes, I'll share. No. Porek, anyone can install and use Turnitin? No. उसका लाइसेंस लेना पड़ता है. You must have license. अच्छा, हम कैसे चेक करेंगे? तो मौसमी का आंसर है स्कोपस से, इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर. Okay, this is the link given by Dr. Gaurav, right? Okay, ठीक है. तो आपको पता है कि हम कहाँ से चेक कर सकते हैं. तो there are many fake journals, so don't go for those fake journals. Now talking about free versus open access journals, हम कौन से प्रीफर करें वो हमारे ऊपर है. अगर ओपन एक्सेस जर्नल्स है, that is, you know, we have to pay the fees for that. For example, some Indavi journals, they ask us to pay $2,300. IEEE access maybe, I don't know, $1,800, right? तो ओपन एक्सेस क्यों करना चाहिए? फर्स्ट, अगर ओपन एक्सेस है तो रीडेबिलिटी बढ़ जाएगी और आपके साइटेशंस बढ़ेंगे, बहुत सारे रिसर्चर्स उसको पढ़ेंगे. लेकिन कब करना चाहिए? व्हेन यू हैव फंडिंग, जब आपके पास प्रोजेक्ट है कोई बड़ा, राइट? So if you have good project and you have good funding, then you can go for open access. Otherwise, we can go for free journals. Nowadays, most of the journals are having hybrid model, right? Free plus open access. Now there is another questions. Another question that which arises is, should we go for transactions or should we go for SCI journals? Transactions without SCI or without Scopus? Can anybody answer? आप कौन सा प्रीफर करेंगे? Would you prefer, my question is, would you prefer transactions without SCI or without Scopus, or SCI journals which are not transactions? What is the credibility of, Dr. Gaurav is asking, what is the credibility of free open access? फ्री ओपन एक्सेस जनरली नहीं होते, मैंने देखे नहीं है, अगर है तो अच्छी जर्नल नहीं होगी फॉर श्योर। मैंने फ्री ओपन एक्सेस बहुत कम देखे हैं और अच्छी जर्नल्स नहीं है वो। और एपीसी मींस आर्टिकल प्रोसेसिंग चार्जेस उसके होते हैं, एपीसी, तो आप पे करोगे तो ही वो ओपन एक्सेस बनेगा, राइट? सो मोस्ट ऑफ द जर्नल्स आर हैविंग हाइब्रिड मॉडल। अगर आपको फ्री में करना है तो वो ओपन एक्सेस नहीं होगा, अगर आप फीस पे करोगे तो वो ओपन एक्सेस बनेगा। Yes, so I was asking, will you prefer transactions without Scopus SCI or will you prefer SCI journals? आप पेपर किस में डालेंगे? And I am not getting any replies for this question because it's a confusing question. So what my supervisor in NTU Singapore, when I was doing my postdoc, what he said that I asked the same question to him. His name is Prof. Rohit Ten, and what he answered is, I would definitely go for transactions without SCI, without Scopus, even if it's a new transactions journal of IEEE or ACM, I'll go for that. And I'll not submit in any other SCI journal. And I follow the same philosophy for submitting my paper. However, you can have your own choice depending upon the PhD requirement or other requirements of your university. Okay. Now, as you might be knowing that there is a site for master journal list, right? For checking the authenticity of a journal. तो ये जर्नल है, क्लेम तो करेंगे कि हमारा एससीआई में आ रहा है या आ गया है, लेकिन हमको देखना तो पड़ेगा। फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई एम सर्चिंग दिस जर्नल कंप्यूटर मटेरियल्स एंड कॉग्निटिया, तो ये जर्नल जो है वो वेब ऑफ साइंस में है क्या? अगर है तो उसका इंडेक्सिंग क्या है? तो यहाँ पे है सीएमसी जर्नल है, उसका इंडेक्सिंग है एससीआई एक्सपांडेड, राइट? सो यू कैन गो फॉर दिस MJL, mjl.clarivate.com. Suppose I am searching a journal called electronics. So what I'll find here is publisher name, उसका ISSN मिलेगा, indexing मिलेगा SCI expanded, and additional indexing कहाँ पे है उसका वो भी मिलेगा Web of Science का. So you can go for this site if you are checking SCI or ESCI or SCI expanded, then you can go for MJL, Master Journal List. Now, how to identify conference? As Nitin sir said earlier that all IEEE and Spinger conferences are not good. Okay, we should go for ranked conferences. For example, we have here core ranking services. You can go to Google and search for core ranking of conferences. And if I am writing here, for example, a conference abbreviation is RTCSA, right? And if I search whether I can find here in core ranking or not. If I find it here, then it means that I'm sorry. Uh, so you can check your conference whether it's ranked conference or unranked conference. अगर वो ranked conference नहीं है, can you hear me or not? Sir, can you hear me? Because I think that I'm disconnected. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so there must be some problem in this site, but you can check that ICC, Mobicom, Globecom, ITCSA, and KDD. These conferences are already mentioned in this core ranking. They will be given grades such as A star, A, B, C, right? Australian B, sorry, not Australian.
I think there is some network issue with the speaker. Just wait for a minute. I think there is some network issue, I think. Prithvi sir, you are muted, sir.
Sorry, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Uh, yes, so I think we discussed you can go ranking with your conferences ranked or not. So these are some of the reputed conferences available. Then how we can check in other ways that
I think there is some internet issue. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes.
Sir, you are muted. Rutvish sir, you are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, yes. So quality of organizing committee, top class keynote speaker, history of past conferences. That's what we look for identifying a top-notch conference in our region. Now, how to increase the citations? Let me go through very quickly now. We have to choose the keywords very carefully. Use consistent name in your all papers. For example, if I'm using Rutvich as Javeri in one paper and using R as Javeri in another paper, it will not increase your citations. It will create two separate names, right? So use consistent names in all your paper. Consider getting a researcher ID like Orthic.
Sorry for interrupting. Have you shared your
can-
screen? Because it is not visible.
Sorry?
Sir, have you shared any screen? Because
Yes, yes.
but it is not visible, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, now it is visible. Thank you, sir.
So we have to carefully choose our keywords. Use consistent name in all our papers. Consider getting a researcher ID. You can add a preprint like what I have seen earlier in archive or other repositories. You can make your manuscript easily accessible either through open access or post publication repositories such as GitHub. You can share your data through wiki. Okay, you can use social media like ResearchGate or LinkedIn. You should use all these things. Promote your research work through conferences and community as well, and write more review articles. What about self citations? Well, it's another topic. Just quickly, let me show you the video and you will get the answer of this. What do you think about self citations? Is it good to have self citations or not? Meanwhile, you can answer in the chat box also. Is it good to answer? Is it good to cite your own paper in your paper? So I think you will find the answer in this. I think you found the answer now, right? So self citations are like these only. Whether it's legal, illegal, authentic, or ethical, it's your choice. How to increase the H index? So what is H index? This is very important factor in your research. Maximum value of H such that the given author or journal has published at least H papers that have each been cited at least H times. So if I am having 21 H index, with what it means is मेरे 21 पेपर्स ऐसे हैं जो 21 टाइम्स साइट हुए एटलीस्ट. So this is what is the meaning of H index. So how to increase it? Collaborate with experienced and matured researchers, right? Continuously looking at the papers which are not cited below your H index, and you can use self citation as well. Analyze citation patterns in your field. आपके फील्ड में कौन कौन सी फील्ड में अभी टाइमली वर्क हो रहा है, तो उस डायरेक्शन में आप पेपर्स लिख सकते हैं. कंसिडर ओपन एक्सेस जर्नल्स इफ यू हैव फंडिंग, एंड एम्पावर योर co-authors to promote the work on their social media, in their community, in their conferences, right? What about project, patent, and copyright? Yes, you can have as an academic researcher, you should have a research project. You know, it adds value to your academic integrity. तो research project के लिए आप continuous try कर सकते हो. There are many organizations, many bodies, DST, AICT, CSIR, DRDO और बहुत सारी bodies है, even private bodies, ACM है, Cisco है, they are also supporting the research projects. You can also go for patent filing and granting. Patent filing is not important, but granting of patent is vital. So you can go for IPRs like patent and copyright, right? Now, these are last two slides, sir. How to build your network. You should participate in top conferences. You should visit abroad for that. Because in India, there are very few top conferences which are happening in 2022 or 23. Serve as reviewer in journals or conferences. Serve as TPC member in top conferences. Serve as editor in reputed journals. Propose special issues in quality journals. Participate in ResearchGate discussion. Post your quality works on LinkedIn and other media. And give expert talks. Other important skills a researcher should have is good writing skills. Without that, we cannot do anything. If you are a PhD scholar, you should be humble and open to criticism. Being self-disciplined and enthusiastic throughout your research career. Sharing the knowledge to every other researcher. Working hard and smart as well. Having clear goals and having a good research plan before starting your research. Stepping out of the comfort zone is vital. You should manage your time. Okay, I have seen many researchers going into depression. So you should balance your time in other activities, family also. So time management is very crucial in research. And keep yourself updated as we live in that era. We should keep ourselves updated. So thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity given to me. I hope that you like the talk.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this valuable talk.
Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and such a valuable thoughts you have given to the audience. And that is the most important part. If somebody is very new in the research, for them it's very important. And even then he's old also, he should take care of the points which you have told. It's very important for research.
Thank you, sir.
Audience, if you have any queries, you can write your queries in the chat window so that sir will answer your questions or queries.
Sure. Thank you, Mamta. Thank you, Porik. Thank you, Parani.
I think sir maximum queries जो है वो within the session cover हो गई है हमारी. जो भी doubts से audience के वो उन्होंने in between.
Okay, sir. I think the time is also up and it's time. If I have time, but if you don't have time, you can close the session.
No, we don't have any problem, sir. We can wait for just 1 or 2 more minutes for the participants.
Okay. Thank you.
If anybody is having any doubt, anything he want to ask, that sir, one query regarding your PPT.
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you.
Can you please share it with me? Then I can share it with the participants.
Yes. I'll talk to you, sir, about this.
Sure.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, then you can also share your mail ID, sir, so that the participants can all.
Yes. I am writing my email ID in the chat box. I have written it.
Yes.
Thank you, Mosmi.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Gaurav, for reminding me. I'll look at that later on, the link.
Participant, this is the
I
feedback.
think, sir. Yes, please, Abhishek sir, you were saying something.
Yes. This is the feedback form for this session. The window is active for next 5 to 10 minutes, so you can just fill the form.
So, sir, now I think I'm seeing all the appreciation messages. I think people are not having doubt, and might be they are now
Okay,
because
thank you.
time is
Thank
going to and
thank
they are
you.
looking for. So once again, sir, thank you so much for sparing your time and giving such a wonderful talk. So, if
Thank you, sir.
any query from the author, from the speakers, we will let you know, sir.
For sure,
And
sir.
thank you so
It
much,
has
sir.
been a
Thank you.
pleasure. Pleasure.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.